bring his ass to this ring. Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do it again, shall we? Back inside of a computer once again near you for SCI Wrestling. I'm WB Ward.
And I am Chip Douglas.
And we're back once again. Say that again.
And I'm Chip Douglas.
There you are. Okay, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry about that.
I didn't have you turned up
Technical
well
difficulties.
enough. That was my bad. My bad. How's your week been?
It's been all right, man. It's been well.
Okay, I tell you what. I know this is not what you would call real professional, but I'm going to give a shout out as I know there's a lovely young lady in your life celebrating a birthday today.
Yes.
Hey, you are going to be taking her out and doing something nice, I presume.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Maybe this week.
This week?
Yeah.
You're going to make her wait?
Yeah.
You over romantic devil, you.
I know. I know.
Does she know what you're going to do?
No.
Tell me, I won't tell her.
No.
I won't say anything. It'll be just our secret.
There we go.
Okay, well, that's cool. Tell her I said happy birthday.
There we go.
Wrestling this week was interesting.
To say the least.
I don't know that I would really classify it as being dynamite or good, but it was interesting.
You know, for once, I had the opportunity to watch a little bit of SmackDown, which for me is very rare. But I found a wrestling partner at my work. Yeah. And so we actually had wrestling on Friday at my work.
Oh, cool.
So I was able to kind of catch it. Some of the other from not all of it, but just a little bit. But I thought the main event in SmackDown wiped the floor with the main event of Raw.
Refresh my memory as to what that was.
It was the 8-man tag.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I take that back. I don't think it was the 8-man tag. It was a tag team. Roman Reigns, Jericho versus Randy Orton, Seth Rollins. That was the main event.
Well, that's that equal to the size of 8 men.
Right.
So
yeah.
You're not too far off.
But there was an 8-man tag that I thought was spectacular with the Usos and, oh, goodness. I forgot who the partners were. But they were facing the Wyatts and Goldust and Stardust.
Oh, that's right. Who was that?
Big Show and Mark Henry.
Yeah.
That was it. I thought that was a really fun main event.
How did you like the arm wrestling?
I missed that. I'm sorry.
The arm wrestling between Mark Henry and Rusev.
Oh, yeah, I completely missed that segment.
Actually, I thought that
was on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty much a highlight of the show. Maybe not the highlight, but I thought it was well done. It was exactly what you would expect it would be. There was interference by the Russian lady, whatever her name is.
Lou.
Yeah, she wound up throwing chalk dust into.
Gosh, she's so gorgeous, though.
Mark Henry's face. Really? You think so? I don't find her that attractive.
Oh yeah. I'd almost go on the limb and say probably, in my opinion, the best looking one in the Divas.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right
yeah, I would disagree with that.
Of course, I
don't find her that particularly attractive.
I have weird taste though, because I would actually put Paige number 2 though.
Well, I would put Paige above her.
Okay.
I'm not that thrilled with Paige, but yeah, that Russian lady, it's just not my type.
Okay.
Not my type.
Not your cup of tea.
But actually Mark Henry did defeat Rusev in the arm wrestling match. Rusev yelled foul and said we need to do this with our left arms rather than our right arms. And of course Mark Henry, he said, "Okay, well let's do that." So they're just positioning for that. And Mark Henry's starting to push his arm down, and she comes over and throws chalk into Mark Henry's face, and all hell ensues from that point on, of course. And this is of course leading up to their big matchup coming up at the Night of Champions Sunday night, September 21st, at Nashville's Bridgestone Arena, with tickets starting at $25, going up to $400. Now that would be a week from today, would it not?
I believe it is. I think it's a week from today. Yeah. Today's the 14th.
Yes, that is 1 week from today. Next week.
So it would be.
Okay, you want to do predictions today, or
I would actually like to do it today.
Okay, and then give us a chance to change those up.
Absolutely,
change those up coming next week.
Absolutely,
well, we do have an interesting lineup because they've already inked in 10 matches so far. And before we get into this week's countdown and then the predictions, let me take a rundown on the card. First off, you have John Cena, of course, taking on Brock Lesnar. the Usos. I keep wanting to say the Usos.
The Usos?
Yeah, the Usos against Golden Stardust.
What is a U?
Yes, it is. Sheamus versus Cesaro. Let me make a little note here on my computer.
Yeah.
Sheamus versus Cesaro. Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. And I've got Usos and Golden Stardust down there twice. Paige versus Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. I've got Sheamus and Cesaro in there twice. Boy. Mark Henry versus Rusev and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. So it's not 10 matches, it's 8. Okay. I counted 10, but I had 2 of them in there twice.
No, we don't know. There could be some added on. We don't know.
And there probably will be. Because I was thinking with 10, that's going to be a full card. Now I see the error of my ways. And I'm thinking, okay, well, they may add 1 or 2 matches in there. I think we're in for some surprises at this particular pay-per-view. There's one surprise that I've already heard rumor of. And we will be going over that when we get into the prediction portion of our program.
Right.
Really, I don't know why, but for some reason on this pay-per-view, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
This one ought to be very, very good.
Yeah, and I renewed our subscription, so we should be able to watch it live. Next Sunday. I think
too. Oh gosh, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. Oh, I think we're going to see some heel turns. I think we're going to see more than a couple of heel turns this week. And
okay, save that for the show because I don't see any. So
you don't see any.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything major, not like that happening on this show.
Because I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one of them, but I'll save it for the show because I was actually getting ready to blur out one that came to mind, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Okay, well, you're just an old tease, just an old tease.
Now, oh, by the way, I did read a report that the Adam Rose Bunny Rabbit is going to get a push in WBE. Just FYI.
Aha! See, I kind of thought so.
So good job on that one.
I hope so because God knows Adam Rose isn't going anywhere.
But the stuffed bunny is.
The bunny could make a turn on this. Okay, we're going to get into all that and more on our exciting, but right now let's take a look how the WWE Universe voted.
Number 10.
Chris Jericho didn't secure victory in a steel cage match against Bray Wyatt on Raw, but he did seize the 10th place for bouncing back to give a winning effort on SmackDown as Roman Reigns' partner.
Number 9.
Dean Ambrose makes a surprising return to the top 10 after being written out of the storylines for a while. Clearly, the WWE Universe wants him back as they have not forgotten him yet.
Number 8.
Divas champion Paige, who netted impressive wins on Raw and SmackDown, still remains unsure about whether the biggest threat to her current title is AJ Lee, Nikki, or Brie Bella. But regardless to her indecision, she solidly remains in the top 10.
Number 7.
Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins made short work of the United States champion Sheamus and Jack Swagger on Raw and WWE main event respectively. However, the Authority's favorite former Shield member relearned on SmackDown that he still has some unfinished business with ex-ally Roman Reigns.
Number 6.
It's a shame.
Though always ready for a good fight, United States champion Sheamus could not match that enthusiasm with enough effort to prevent his tough luck loss to Seth Rollins on Raw. Even still, the WWE Universe kept him in the countdown this week.
Number 5.
I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
Randy Orton's rivalry with Chris Jericho dates back a decade and includes classic battles for the WWE World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships. Thanks to the Viper's decision on Raw to rekindle that bad blood, the WWE Universe will be treated to one more round at Night of Champions. Meanwhile, he still managed to slip down one position.
Number 4.
I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world.
Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler's expose of the Miz's grooming habits did not go over well with the Awesome One, nor did the Show-Off's victory over Miz and Damian Mizdow on SmackDown. These victories helped him climb a level higher as he advanced up the chart 2 positions over last week.
Number 3.
Brock Lesnar clocks in a 3rd place despite on-screen absences. This Monday night, he's expected to meet Cena's challenge. If he doesn't, then Cena said he would fight Paul Heyman, and it is doubtful the Beast Incarnate would allow that to happen.
Number 2.
Speaking of the former champ, John Cena looked like a man possessed as he demanded that Paul Heyman deliver WWE World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar on Raw. Though that fanatical devotion may be part of what it takes for the Sin Nation leader to prepare for the fight of his life at Night of Champions. And now, with this week's climb to the top of the chart,
Number 1.
although his SummerSlam rematch with Randy Orton on Raw ended in chaos, Roman Reigns rebounded in time to join Chris Jericho in defeating the Viper and Seth Rollins on SmackDown. With his positive momentum restored, Reigns can now focus his attention on preparing for Rollins at Night of Champions. That's this week's SCI Top 10 PowerPoints.
I'm gonna be a champion.
And once again, that pay-per-view is going to be 1 week from tonight, emanating live from Nashville's Bridgestone Arena. You can watch it live on the WWE Network for the low, low price of $9.99 with a 6-month commitment.
Yeah. Other than that, $12.99.
The $12.99 if you want to watch
Still
it.
not bad. I mean, $12.99 just at the pay-per-view.
No, that's still not bad.
Not
it does.
bad.
Yeah, I get right back to what I said weeks ago. It devalues their product.
It does.
It does. It
does. I mean,
it
why
used to be a
was-
$50 value. Now,
Yeah.
$12
Why would somebody
more.
spend $50 now, to be honest?
Yeah. Now you'd be considered an idiot for doing that.
Yep.
You know, we each. One thing about us doing this program live is the fact that we are subject to errors. Now, I say we do it live. It's recorded, obviously, by the time people are listening to it. But we made a promise a long time ago. If we make a mistake, we just keep rolling with it, just as if it was live.
Absolutely.
Well, today, of course, was my turn to make the mistake. We forgot to do the tweet of the week. So let's do it now. Count down there, Hurt Lurch.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Yes.
0.
What time is it, kids?
Whoa!
Okay.
It is once again.
Yeah, this is my bad. I forgot to do the tweet of the week. Tweet of the week.
First you forget to turn on my mic, and now the tweet of the week.
I know. I'm getting
Good
old.
Lord.
What be thy tweet?
All right, so this is going to require some looking on our fans' behalf. And the fact that I just retweeted this just yesterday. So if you look at our Twitter page at SCI_wrestling, you will be able to see this. But it's a video.
Oh.
Brought to you by WBE Fans Girl.
Oh.
And it's a video back when Seth Rollins was in Independent Days.
Oh.
And it's probably the most incredible move I've ever seen. Seth Rollins is outside, sees a larger individual standing by the ring post, jumps on the guy and does a moonsault off of the guy and lands on the opponent.
Holy moly.
It is absolutely incredible to watch. And
So who's the guy he lands on? This is not an audience member, is it?
no, it's whoever he's wrestling. I don't know who he's wrestling.
Oh. You know, I thought you were going to tell me you put up the wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, no, yeah, I did do that.
Oh,
That was last week.
That's worth the price of admission right there.
But I did post a picture of Kenta, Prince Devitt, and Kevin Steen with Triple H doing the click fingers, which that's pretty cool because those are the three most talented independent wrestlers right now. So that was a cool little picture.
Okay, let's get on into our predictions for our Night of Champions next Sunday night from Nashville's Bridgestone Arena. Well, first, let's go ahead and take care of the 500-pound gorilla in the room. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. What say you?
I think it's obvious. I think we're going to see a better showing from John Cena in this match, just the way it's being built. I think we're going to see a little bit of a more of a brawl unlike we saw at SummerSlam. But still, at the end of the day, it will be Brock Lesnar with his hand raised, moving on to Survivor Series. I'm sorry, Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. I was thinking this morning about going with Lesnar. However, last week I made the point of, well, I'm still gonna think WWE Creative is going to follow their pattern of win, loss, win. Whenever you have a 2 out of 3 fall, whoever wins the first match loses the second match, and then they generally come back and win the third. This is their third matchup together. The first matchup they were together, Cena won. On the last one, he got his butt whooped. So I honestly believe John Cena will win this one just based on that pattern, the pre-established pattern of WWE.
But what's he going to do at Hell in a Cell?
Well, also this is a logical setup for Seth Rollins.
You're right about that. That's the only thing I could possibly think of. But I could actually see them continuing the Cena-Lesnar feud all the way to Hell in a Cell. In fact, I mean, I would go on a limb and say this match quite possibly can end without a pinfall. It could end in a no contest.
Or disqualification.
Somehow. Be able to set up that Hell in a Cell match. Now,
this does bring in the question of Monday Night Raw. I mentioned during the countdown that Brock Lesnar's not going to let John Cena fight Paul Heyman. However, Lesnar hasn't exactly been around.
Right.
Do you think there's any chance at all that Heyman may find himself in a very uncomfortable position Monday night?
No. It's going to be built that way. That much I'll say.
Yeah.
In fact, Paul Heyman will probably be in the ring. Cena will come out. You think it's going to happen, but then that music will hit, and then there's it's going to be on.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you mention it that way, yeah, I can see that. I can see that very easily. Okay, the Usos taking on Gold and Stardust. Now, you gave your prediction a while ago on the other one first. I'm going to go first on this one.
Go ahead.
I honestly believe it's going to be Gold and Stardust because, quite frankly, I think the Usos have taken that about as far as they can possibly take it.
I'm actually going to completely agree with you on that one.
Really?
And I love the direction of the two because they're starting to do kind of a heel turn.
Yes. Oh, most definitely. And I believe that's where they should be.
And I think it's working really well. So yeah, I could see them. I see them winning, and they'll probably see the rematch at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Usos will come back. I really don't. I think they have literally taken their trip about as far as I can take it.
I just don't see any other face tag team that can compete with them.
Not at this point.
Moment.
No, they are kind of weak on the talent department in almost every area. And certainly the tag teams, the male tag teams, certainly no exception to that.
Right.
Now, had they have a better roster, then yeah, I think the Usos would probably be out the door right now. So they'll be thankful they have a job.
No, they put on good matches.
They're okay. At best, I will give them okay.
I mean, when they had those Wyatt matches, I thought those were spectacular tag team matches.
But they're desperately trying to revive the Attitude Era to some extent, and I believe the Usos.
In what way?
Well, just in the matter of the attitude. I mean, it's not in the way that they did back in the Attitude Era, where virtually anything went.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the idea of the attitude. Gosh, I don't know any other way to say it except for that. And to that extent, I think the Usos are a little bit too cartoonish in their characters to really fit in that mold.
Okay.
So that is my only thing. Okay. Next match, Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. How do you see that? This was just recently set up.
Right. This is going to be a tough call. I'm going to go ahead and say Jericho on it. I can easily see it going either way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think of how it's going to. I always look at how's it going to benefit one individual over the other. I don't know what they're going to do with Randy Orton in the next couple months.
One thing about this return that Jericho has yet to accomplish, at least in my opinion, I don't think he's really found himself at home yet. I mean, he's gone, he's gone, he's came back, he's gone, he's came back. He's done this. I mean, this is like his fourth time back, something like this. for the first time, I'm seeing where he doesn't really seem to fit in very well.
He looks out of shape too. I noticed that on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just not as built as he was. I would say probably even a year ago. Looks like he's probably gained a little bit of weight.
Yeah, he is a bit more doughy than he was.
Maybe that Rockstar Life's catching up to him. I don't know.
So to that extent, I'm going to have to go with Orton.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with Orton on this just because he's definitely got the comfort zone. He's definitely in better shape. And I just don't think Jericho's as reliable as he once was.
Okay.
Okay, Paige versus Nikki Bella versus AJ Lee. And here is the heel turn that I think we're going to see.
Bye.
I think Brie is going to come and assist her sister into winning this match. Or to keep her from, to try to keep her from losing. My prediction is not for Nikki Bella. As a matter of fact, my prediction is that AJ Lee will win. But because of her sister's, of Nikki's interference with Brie's match in the last pay-per-view, I think you're going to see a reversal in two different directions. I think the reversal is going to be A, Brie coming down, and B, Brie actually teaming back up with her sister to mend her family ways. And God, I hope so, because their performances on that have just been awful.
I can see it one or two ways. Her helping her sister win the title to gain a title match with her, against her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see that heel turn happening at all. That'd be the only way I can see her helping her is to build a future title match.
Well, the only thing about their family feud that they have going on, the acting has been so atrocious.
No, I think Nikki's done a good job.
Oh, really? I have not been impressed at all.
Her speaking isn't the best, but her I almost said mannerisms, but I guess that would be the proper term.
You know, it's pretty sad when Jerry Springer does a far better job performing than the wrestlers do.
Jerry's good though. But I'm actually going to say Paige. I think Paige is going to end up retaining this title.
I almost expected to hear you say that.
I think AJ's on her way out. To be honest with you, I've heard a little bit of rumors that she might be joining CM Punk on their
okay, now I could see that.
Long vacation.
I could very well see that.
So, but I do think Brie Bella is going to be involved to prevent Nikki Bella. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. That storyline's kind of been flat here the last week or two, so they might be completely done with that storyline. We don't know.
God, I hope so. Okay, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. I think for the first time on this particular prediction show, you and I are getting ready. No, for the second time, you and I are getting ready to agree. You and I have already agreed on the Golden Stardust.
Right.
I'm going to say Ziggler because I see them pushing him. I just don't see anything coming out of The Miz.
Well, I think after listening to the power rankings, I think it's evident.
I think so. Yeah, because I mean, Ziggler,
big jump.
both last week and this week, took two huge jumps up that countdown.
So I think it's Ziggler on the way. I've heard a lot of rumors of a possible Ziggler-Bray Wyatt feud after this.
Oh,
I
heard that too.
I think that's a great idea. Great idea by creative.
As a matter of fact, since the Wyatts are not even booked in this show, I'm anticipating possibly seeing some involvement from the Wyatts during this match to help jumpstart that.
Very well could happen. Very well could happen. I see it more happening on the next night of Raw. I think either way, it's going to be a good little pop. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think this, you and I have been kind of belly aching about Ziggler over these past few months. And I think Ziggler's, I think Ziggler's time is finally, I think his time is finally here.
He's getting closer, man. He's getting closer. I mean, they brought him down as low as they could. Now they're giving him a second chance. I love it.
Okay, Sheamus v. Cesaro.
I think this is Cesaro's time. I'm gonna say Cesaro.
This is going to be very boring because I actually agree with you again.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we very well may wind up having another tie on our predictions just for lack of disagreement.
I just don't see Sheamus doing anything until he turns heel.
I don't see Sheamus doing much of anything in the near future because I mean the audience response to him just seems to be lackadaisical at best. He doesn't seem to have the hook. Now, I don't know. I've seen this as a trend among the WWE wrestlers where they're just not grabbing the audience as well as they used to, as well as they once did. And I just can't help but wonder what the hell is going on with these guys. Any thought?
I'm sorry. What was that?
They're just
I
not.
saw a new tweet. I'm sorry.
They just don't seem to be grabbing onto the audience's attention. Kind of like me and you right now.
I know. I'm sorry. I was looking down and I zoned out for a moment.
Yeah, kind of like this. But I don't know. Is it just me, or does that seem to be a trend for you as well?
What's the trend? That's
Just
what I missed.
the fact the audience is not seeming to really grab onto what's going on. I mean, they don't seem to hold the audience's attention as well as they once did.
Just on certain things.
Sheamus being one of them.
Oh, Sheamus. Well, that's the reason I mentioned. Unless he's turning heel, I'm not interested in him. And that's the only way he's going to be able to capture attention right now is if he turns heel.
I don't think that you're the only one with that opinion.
And what I'm actually really disappointed right now is how they package Cesaro, and now he's losing steam.
Yes.
Which kind of upsets me. I think Cesaro still gets pretty good pops in certain areas of the country, but he's fallen flat. I mean, there was that time where he was red hot.
Oh yeah, and they've stopped doing the Cesaro swing. I wonder why. I mean, that seems
you know what I heard through all my connections, which isn't very many, is the fact that they wanted to build him up as a heel, so they didn't want any way to make him get cheers. So that is why they quit getting him to do the swing, because of the fact that it was getting over.
Yeah, God forbid they should give the audience what the audience is wanting.
I know.
I'm sorry, I don't grab that logic whatsoever.
Let's take away the one thing that worked for the individual.
That's another classic example of a large company, and WWE is like this. IBM is like this. They will get something in their corporate mind and think the public should have this, and they'll do everything they can within their power to shove it down their throats, whether it's good or not.
Dish Network.
Yep, you could use satellite companies as an example of that. DirecTV does the same thing, and large corporations do this all the time. Yeah, because I guarantee you, Windows 8 would not exist right now if it weren't for the corporation just saying, "Okay, you buy a computer, you're getting this operating software." But
that's true.
But anyway, okay, Mark Henry versus Rusev. What say you?
I'm gonna say Rusev. I think they're still building that individual. I actually think his next feud is going to be John Cena. I think that's going to be next up for Rusev.
Now that would be a logical step.
And that could be where they're going to be heading with him. I think Mark Henry will probably face him at this pay-per-view, possibly the next, kind of like what they did with Jack Swagger. So that's where I'm gonna put my hat on that one. I'm gonna say Rusev.
Okay. Well, I agree. So
or build it to a way where it could carry over to Hell in a Cell.
Okay, Roman Reigns. Wait a minute, I'm rolling my R's now. Roman Reigns.
Wait, what's your prediction? You didn't even say yours.
Yeah, I did.
What'd you say?
Same thing.
Oh, same thing?
Yeah, we're in agreement again. It's Rusev all the way with both of us. Okay, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Now, this one, I see Roman Reigns coming out on top. However, I'm going to also add to that, it will be because Dean Ambrose will return Sunday, a week from tonight.
Ooh.
I see that happening. I can see that coming a mile away, and I'll bet you he does.
It could very well happen. I think Roman Reigns will win. Man, wouldn't it be great if they build it to a triple threat feud, though?
And that's another thing for Hell in the Cell. I can see this becoming a triple threat.
Right.
So you're also saying Reigns as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Reigns as well. I'm gonna change to Seth Rollins just so it can be different.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have one difference in there. We really matched up on an awful lot of these.
There we go.
Okay, real quick here with just a few minutes out, the possibility of John Cena returning heel, what do you say?
0 chance.
I would have to agree with you. I think it's too early. I think Cena positioned himself on Monday Night Raw where that is probably not going to happen, at least not in this pay-per-view.
It's a logical thing that we would love to see happen, but there's too many future feuds with heels right now that he could have. Rusev being one.
That's true, and Rusev would be an excellent foe.
And for people who did not get to watch NXT TakeOver 2, watch it. It was great. Best main event of the year.
I'm gonna have to log on.
By far.
I'm gonna have to log on and give that a look. Meanwhile, join us next week right here as we do another preview for Night of Champions on SCI.